Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? It is currently 2:55 p.m. and I am just now getting out of the house. I was doing a bunch of stuff around the house, and last night Alex went out to dinner with a couple of his girlfriends, and I just wanted to kind of like stay in and relax. They went to actually one of my favorite restaurants. They went to this livery place, but we usually go to the one downtown. They went to the one that is in Noblesville. It's like a newer one. And he was like, do you want to go? And I was like, no, I just actually want to stay home and get some comfort food. And I wanted to watch, well, I was going to watch the end of that summer of '84. And then I also wanted to watch an episode of RuPaul's Drag Race UK. And I ended up watching one episode of RuPaul's Drag Race, and then I was so tired that I lay down. And then when he came home, I just turned off my alarms. I was like, I'm just gonna go to sleep because I'm tired. So I got a really good night's sleep last night. I feel very, very rested. I'm gonna go this way so it's easier to get into Starbucks. Going to get my coffee. You guys are gonna like run errands with me today. I'm actually wearing these sunglasses that are Alex's. They're these Tom Ford sunglasses. Look at the case. The case is so nice. And he never wears them, and he got them for some kind of Instagram picture thing. It's from like Sunglass Hut or Sunglasses USA or something. I don't know. And he got to pick out a pair of sunglasses. So these are the ones that he picked out. And I'm kind of trying to decide if I like them. Like for me, if I want to get a pair of Tom Ford sunglasses. They're okay. They're kind of small on my head, but my, you know, head is big. So, I like how they're mirrored and whatever. They're expensive compared to the Key sunglasses though. Like, these are what I typically wear, these Key sunglasses. I think I like these better, actually. Like these, to buy these are several $100s. Hold on a second. Get my coffee order in.
You can order whenever you're ready.
Okay, can I please get a venti iced? Is this Jake?
It is me.
Jake, it's Peter.
You get your usual.
Yeah.
You want one or two small down?
Let me get two today.
Two. All right. You get anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Awesome. We'll see you up here.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Peter.
I really like these Key sunglasses that are like Q-U-A-Y, but they're pronounced Key. And they're almost like identical. And to be honest with you, these are like 60 and these are like 400. The Key are like 60. And I have a couple pairs of those. They actually sent me a ton of pairs like years ago. They just like, sometimes, to be honest with you, like the nose kind of piece, like it breaks off. They're not as sturdy as these. But in all honesty, I think, like I'm trying to see, like for me, a lot of it is like how comfortable they are, because like if they're tight on my head, like these are kind of loose. I actually like these better. I'm gonna wear these Key sunglasses instead. I even think $60 is a lot for a pair of sunglasses. But back in the day, I spent money on sunglasses, you know. I would buy, I mean, I think $60, $80 is expensive for a pair of sunglasses. Hell, half the sunglasses that I own in here where I can't reach them over there. What are those? Hold on a second. Like these that popped out. These are some gas station deals right here. But I've got tons of these. And yeah, we're kind of a house of sunglasses. That's like one thing that, this was actually one of the pairs that they sent me years ago. Look at those. What do we think of it? Oh, are they bent? They're bent. That's why I don't ever wear them. Like bent beyond repair, I think. Anyway, what's this pair in here? I always keep sunglasses in my glove compartment in case people are in the car and they don't have sunglasses. that way. Oh, these are fantastic. These are so comfortable, you guys. I wear these when I don't wear a hat. Like, these are great, aren't they? Oh, maybe I'll wear those today. I like these a lot. I forgot I had those in there. Another pair right here. What are these? Okay, these are Ray-Bans. I bought these years ago. My head is too fat for these now. Yeah, they look really small in my head. But I do like Ray-Bans. I actually want to get the Ray-Bans that are like tortoiseshell on the top. They look like the, shoot, I can't remember what they're called now. Put all of these back. Oh, now my thing isn't closing. Hello! Your hair is getting so long.
I know, that's what everyone's been saying when they come through. I've just been like letting it go.
Well, I didn't recognize you yesterday because...
Oh my god, yeah. This hair grows too fast for me, but I need to know what it's like.
I like it longer. Do you like it longer?
I used to have it longer for a while, and then I shaved it off like 2 years back, and I've just kept shaving it, but...
Well, you and Josh both keep your hair really short. You and Josh usually both keep your hair really short.
Yeah, so I'm trying to mix it up and do something a little bit different.
Well, I like it. I like it.
Right, well,
thank you. Have a good one.
Yeah, see you later. I'm Peter.
They're so sweet. They like put their wedding off for a year. I think they're getting married this year. I asked Josh about that when I was pulling through here the other day. He was like, it just kind of depends on... Okay, what's going on here? Now I have like a mess of all of these. I don't know which one is which. And I can't close my glove compartment because all of these sunglasses are there. There. So yeah, I used to spend quite a bit of money on sunglasses. Because I love sunglasses. And my aunt would buy me sunglasses actually for holidays. She bought me a really neat pair of Gucci sunglasses that they actually, the arm broke off of them. And she always gave such nice gifts. And so anyway, it broke off of there and like a week after I had them. And so she said, you better take this back to Saks. She got them at Saks. And she was like, because she was like, you know, I always buy my gifts from there and whatever. So I went back. They were very, very nice. And, but I had wanted a pair of these Chanel Aviators and they were super expensive. So they didn't have a pair of the Gucci glasses that my aunt had bought me. Like that was like the last pair. So I actually put money towards, with the money from the glasses that broke. And then I bought a pair of Chanel Aviator sunglasses. I still have them at home. I love them. I wear them every once in a while. Like if we go to something kind of fancy. I think the last time that I wore them actually was every summer we go to this polo match that's a fundraiser. And I think that was the last time I wore them. So that would have been 2 years ago. And you know what's funny about it is, it almost is like the more expensive the glasses, the more uncomfortable they are. But like, give me a $10 pair of gas station glasses and they're like super comfortable, you know? I mean, in all honesty. Tanya is somebody else that spends a lot of money on sunglasses. Like Tanya always has really, really nice sunglasses. So yeah, you know, like the kind that like the horn-rimmed, like they look like glasses from like detectives in the 50s. You know those sunglasses that Ray-Ban has? I think I want a pair of those, but I need to try them on before I order them online because I think Ray-Bans might make my face look. It is so hot in this car. It's so weird. But I love sunglasses. Alex has all of his laid out on a table. That's how I saw those. I was like, ooh, I think I like these. you would think that we would like, I'm taking you guys kind of on my errand run today. The last thing I have to do is pick up dinner rolls and this cake that I ordered for Easter tomorrow because each of us has to bring something. Well, I mean, it's Caroline and Mike and David, and then it's Alex and I, and then it's Caroline's stepson and his wife. So we each, like, I think they're bringing, Caroline's doing appetizers. Mike is like the cook of the world. So I don't know if I've ever told this story on here, but like Caroline and Mike actually met because she was a server and he was a bartender back in the day at Applebee's. And then he was, or maybe he was the bartender manager of that store. And then Mike got like 3 stores and Caroline worked for Applebee's for a little while. So anyway, they've always, like, for a long time, like, Mike has worked in restaurants and restaurant management and things like that. He doesn't anymore, but he did for a long time. And he is like, he started because he was a cook and he loves to cook. And Mike is one of the best cooks in the entire world. And it's really funny because like everybody talks about Mike's ribs. Like apparently Mike can make the best ribs ever, but I don't eat meat. And even when I did eat meat, I didn't like ribs. So the one thing that Mike cooks really, really well, I've never had. And he's so nice. He always like, well, the last couple holidays, because they kind of forgot until then, he would make me, like the last 2 times that we've gone over there, he's made me like vegetarian stuff, which has been really, really cool. So, yeah. I need to go to, one of the errands I need to run today is I need to go to Barnes & Noble. I went to Half Price Books yesterday to pick out my April book for Peter's Book Club. I have a book that I picked out from Target, and I love to look at books at Target, so I'm thinking about just making that. I actually have it in here with me. Should I just announce this as my book? I'm just going to announce this as my book, okay? Here, I'm going to pull in here. So I'll announce it on here because I was like, I brought it with me so I could take a picture somewhere if I drove by somewhere where I thought a good picture. Ooh, Richie Woods would be a good picture place for this. So I'm going to, this is going to be my April book. And one of the reasons why I wanted to pick it is I wanted a book that was really easily accessible. And this was actually when Tanya and I went and I was getting clothes for Florida because not a lot fit me. I went and looked through the books because I always like to take a physical copy book with me when I go on vacation. But I didn't read this, I didn't even start it. But I love the book section at Target. Can you pull up just a little bit, ma'am, so that I could probably get through here since this person's not pulling out as quickly as you'd like? Oh, I wonder if everybody, like, this is packed today, nothing but cakes. I wonder if it's because everybody's getting them for Easter tomorrow. This person is so rude that literally before this other car is like even out of their space, they pulled in. Okay, I don't, now all these people are like pulling out because they're trying to be really nice. Like, hey, I'm gonna give you a spot, but like, I don't want a spot. Okay, they're keep on, the next person's now doing it. This person did it, and this person did it, now the next, I don't want a spot, but thank you. Oh, they're all waiting in line out there to go in there and get their bundt cakes. At Taylor's Bakery, where I get my stuff for, because that's what we've done forever. If you go watch my review channel, that's where we've gotten our like dinner rolls and desserts forever. I got the most beautiful Easter dinner cake ever. It's so beautiful. You can just order it online. They actually, I wanted to get this one cake. It was like this Easter basket and it had all these flowers and stuff coming out of it, and it was $49. And I was like, I am not buying this $49 cake when I know that I'm gonna be the only one that ends up eating any of this cake. So I was like, no. I'm actually gonna go to this parking lot over here where Ulta is because it'll be easier for me just to get out, because right now this, for some reason, this strip mall is like so busy. I was gonna say that actually, I was gonna talk about Alex and I sharing clothes and stuff. Like when we first got together, we could share clothes because I was actually, sadly, I was actually thinner than him. Well, as far as like, because he's like big legged, he has like muscular legs from being a dancer, and he was like dancing in a group when I met him. They were called Entourage, and He used to have, I forgot that he had like rehearsal every week and everything. Okay, so the book that we are reading for Peter's Book Club for April. Well, there were two different books that I was gonna read. I was gonna either read The Life and Death of Addie LaRue, because I've been wanting to read that by V.E. Schwab, or I was gonna pick this one. And both you can get at Target, but this one is like, this is 20% off if you get it at Target. And I always, like, I love bookstores. Bookstores are some of my favorite places. You'll probably hear the same story if you watch my my BookTube channel, Peter Likes Books, because I'll probably tell the same story. But I was like looking around my books today because I had like 3 or 4 books that I thought were maybes that I was going to go buy the physical copy at Barnes & Noble. And then I was like, you know, Target always has such great books. Like Target has an amazing book section. So does Meijer. Actually, Meijer has almost a better book section than Target does, but I love Target's book section. So anyway, I was going through there and I found this book, which is Central Park by Guillaume Musso. And he's a French author. It says on here, Guillaume Musso is the #1 best-selling author in France. He has written 17 novels, including the thriller The Reunion, which is in development as an international TV series, and Afterwards, which made it into a feature film starring John Malkovich and Evangeline Lilly. His books have sold more than 35 million copies worldwide and have been translated into 44 languages. He lives in Paris. And since I've never read anything by him, I thought, well, this is a good one. So this is the book that we're going to read for April. I'm really excited. Okay, Alice, and I kind of just decided this right now on the spot, but this is kind of how it goes for me. Because I want books that are easily accessible to other people, that's not hard and they're not super difficult. So this is more of an easy thriller. It is, let me see how many pages. It's like 308, 17, 18, 19, 20. It's like 320 pages. Alice, a fierce and respected Parisian cop, wakes up in New York City on a bench in Central Park with no memory of the night before, handcuffed to a complete stranger, a musician named Gabriel. Gabriel. Disoriented, dazed, and with someone else's blood on her shirt, Alice works furiously to connect the dots. She remembers clubbing the night before with her friends on the Champs-Elysees. Gabriel claims he was playing a gig in Dublin. Was she drugged? Kidnapped? Why is the gun in her jacket pocket missing a bullet? And whose blood is on her clothes? Over the course of the next 24 hours, Alice and Gabriel race across New York in search of answers, stumbling upon a startling set of clues that point to a terrible adversary from the past. Alice must finally confront her memories of hunting the serial killer who took everything from her, a man she thought was dead until now. From France's #1 best-selling author, Central Park is a taut and suspenseful thriller that will keep readers riveted until its final shocking twist. And it may very well be like the chapters are really short. It may very well be like a James Patterson and maybe absolutely horrible, or hopefully it's not. So we'll see. That's what we're going to read for the month of April. Maybe I'll save Addie LaRue for May. Have you guys read it yet? I really, really want to read it. It's on the bestseller list. It's been on the bestseller list for weeks. I've never made it through a V.E. Schwab or Victoria Schwab or whatever her other 5 aliases that she writes by. I've never read one of her books all the way through, but I've heard that they are fantastic. A couple of them I've purchased. One I was going to read for Spookathon a couple years ago. It's called A Darker Shade of Magic, I think, or it's the one about the school where the girls are at the school and they're like witches or something. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's so hot in here. I need to turn the air on. So yeah, when Alex and I got together, we shared clothes. Alex thinks, okay, so I wear like a size 10.5. I can shoe. Like comfortably a 10, but I can wear like a 10.5, like between a 10 and a 10.5. My husband thinks that he's a 10, he thinks he's a 10.5. My husband's he's really like an 11, like 11.5. So he would wear my shoes and he would stretch them out. And we actually both have the exact same pair of Fry boots because he wanted to wear these Fry boots. They kind of have like a little bit of a heel on them. They're really hot. I love them. They're like lace up, like lumberjack boots, but then they have like a little bit of a heel on them. Not like, you know, high heel, but you know, like a boot heel on them. And they just like when you're wearing them, you just feel like you're like walking into it. Have you ever felt like that? Like when you're wearing a pair of shoes, it's like, okay, I've arrived, I'm here. And so, He actually just got those platform Doc Martens, and I think he likes them for the same reason, because they have like a really big heel on them. Those shoes are cool. If I was like in really good shape, I would get a pair of those shoes because I love them. But because they would look kind of stupid on me right now, to be honest. So he was like, one night we were going out, and he was like, can I wear these Fry boots? And I was like, yeah, sure. And he was like, okay. And he wore these Fry boots, and he was like, oh, they fit so perfectly because, you know, and I'm like, and they were a little bit big on me. They were like a ½ inch big on me. Well, he stretched out these boots because he wore them over like the next 3 days. And that, like, when I put them on, they were like, I could not wear them. So I just ended up giving them to him, and then I went and bought another pair of them. But Fry boots last forever, so. And I actually bought a pair, because the pair that I had were like a half size bigger than what I wore. I think they might have been 11s, actually. They were like 10.5 or 11s. He's more of like 11.5. And so, anyway, they were like already a little bit big, and then they stretched out. And so I got like a size that was like, I think a half size smaller, so I could stretch them out. So yeah, so, and like shirts and sweaters and stuff like that, we always shared back in the day, but now I'm like way too heavy, so there's none of that. And I was actually, I think, a smaller waist when we met than, this is ridiculous looking back, I can't even believe it, than he was. It's so funny thinking about, like, so Alex back in the day, so Alex danced for the Fever, which is a women's basketball team. And when he was in high school and college, he was like, you know how like sports teams have like dancers, not cheerleaders, but cheerleaders too. But like they have dance teams, like mostly basketball teams do. So in Indianapolis, it's the Pacemates for the Pacers. And Alex is friends with all of the Pacemates. Like they're all like some of his closest friends. And so he danced for the Fever. Well, all the people that dance here in town, they kind of like go in and out. Well, the Fever had like a mixed team of like men and women. It wasn't just like all women. Like a lot of the dance teams are all just women, but they had men and women. And so then like college cheerleaders or cheer guards here in Indiana, like all these people, like once they retired, they really didn't have like a place to dance. And so there's this woman here in town, and she put together this dance group that was called, at the time, I don't think it exists anymore, it was called Entourage. And so Alex, and like they would go do like things at like Pacer games and, you know, Fever games and whatever. And it was so funny because when we first got together, like Alex told me, he was like, oh yeah, I used to dance for the Fever. And I was like, oh really, was that cool? And he was like, yeah. He was like I would walk in and like there would be like people like that would like hold up signs that would say, Alex, we love you. And they would like, you know, like want him to like sign his, like, you know, like sign their flyer for the, you know, the game or whatever. And so he was like, you know, he was like, it was really cool, you know, and I had like my own little, like, the people that liked come and see me and whatever. So I don't know when it was, but it was like a couple months after we started dating, and we were like in the mall. We were going to see a movie, and we just like stopped into the mall, like I think it was before or after, I don't know. But anyway, it was up here, it was like Castleton Mall. And this like mom and daughter came up to Alex, and they're like, oh my God, are you Alex? And he was like, yeah. And they're like, oh, we love you. We used to love you with all the Fever games, and we miss you dancing there and stuff like that. So and it was a hip hop, like they did all hip hop. And so when he danced for Entourage, they did all hip hop. And so Alex is like a trained hip hop dancer, and he and his cousin Maya, who is a fantastic dancer too. Well, I mean, of course they dance, you know, salsa and all that stuff, but they, would watch music videos, I'm sure like a lot of people. And Alex can pick up choreography like that quick. Like this woman that he would always kind of like assist for her sometimes, and she would say like, Alex picks up choreography like nobody's business. And I've always said like, you should have gone into that, like, you know. And he was like, yeah, I'm way too old for it now. And I'm like, Alex, like you could still have fun with it, you know. And because when I would go watch, like so they would go perform other places, but then she would have like quarterly recitals, and it would be like So it was real fun because it would be like a whole night. It would be like from all of like the kids. It's like, you know, if it was like Abby Lee Miller or something. So it was like kids all the way up to like adults. And there was actually this adult group that was like people my age, and they did like Zumba. And they came out and they did like a 5-minute like Zumba like recital thing on stage. And I remember they were like, you know, like, do. And I was like, oh my God, I want to do Zumba so bad. I think it would be so much fun to do Zumba. So I don't know, maybe I should start doing Zumba in Indianapolis. But Alex and Maya used to watch music videos like Britney Spears, Jennifer Lopez, you know, all those people that have like these intense, Lady Gaga. She kind of came in late to the game, but he can still do a lot of hers. And he would watch specifically Britney Spears and Jennifer Lopez. They would watch like that Let's Get Wild video. Alex and Maya love that song so much. They would watch the choreography and then they could just like imitate it back like that quick. And do you know like when you see the cars that have like the matte paint job on it, which I absolutely love that look of the matte, you know what I'm talking about? There's a lot of cars now that are doing it. This Mercedes right over here, it literally looks like, it's kind of sad honestly because it's a beautiful Mercedes. It looks like they wanted it to be matte and somebody took a can of spray paint to it. Because it's a beautiful Mercedes. I don't even know which one it is. Unless it just got done and maybe it's drying or something. But I love that matte look to cars. I think that's so sexy. I don't want to pull up right next to them while I just... Actually, what I should have done was shown it and ask you guys to be the judge of it, because I was like, it looks like somebody just like took spray paint to that car. Anyway, so it was fun to back in the day watch Alex. It's funny how people change, you know, like over time in relationships, like the things that like you're interested in, you know, like when you first start dating and like the things you get interested in later and whatever, you know, it's like, I remember also like Alex, like he wasn't like obsessed with it ever. Like I knew a lot of people that loved playing video games. But like when I finally brought all of the final stuff over from my apartment to the condo, like I remember, and he was living, like we were living together at that point, pretty much, I'd say like 80%. But there was one weekend, and it must have been that winter, and I remember, I have a picture of it actually, because I thought he looked so cute. He had these, no, it would have had to have been maybe that spring, because he and our friend Demetrius got these green shorts, these short green shorts from Target to wear for St. Patrick's Day in Miami, or in Fort Lauderdale when we were there. And he wore those that whole weekend. I don't know why. So anyway, he had these leg warmers on, and I had this picture of him like leaning over playing video games with these leg warmers on. And he was like obsessed with playing Mario Brothers and Mario Kart, because he hadn't played it in like years, right? And I had those, and I wasn't playing video games. I was like, you know, I got them because it was kind of like the thing to do for a while, but I never really was that interested in them, you know? And I remember that whole weekend, he just like we played some of the games together, but like that whole weekend, he was just completely infatuated, and then it was like he was done. Because I can remember later, like something else came out, and I was like, he was kind of joking about wanting it. I think he played video games with his brother Fufu a lot, and so I think it kind of reminded him of that. But then I bought him some game, and he like played the whole thing until he had won like all of the levels or whatever, and then he was like bored of it. And every once in a while, he'll bring it out. And like now when Sebastian or Carlitos and Sebastian come over, he'll like break out the Wii or whatever. And nobody does the Wii anymore, do they? He'll break out the Wii, and it has like tennis and, you know, all that stuff on it. And so you know what, actually, I think we gave a bunch of our games to Carlos and Liliana for the kids. I think we actually gave them, we may have given them the Wii. No, because I feel like Well, Carlitos has all that stuff now. They've got him all that stuff. He's got what's the one that you carry around that he had to have a couple years ago, the Switch or whatever. And then he's got something newer than that. They always have their tablets and whatever. Kids and their tablets, man. I don't know. My dad, that stuff would not have fly. Like, I was like going on and on about these tablets, and the camera had stopped. But what I was saying was, I don't know what my dad would have thought about the tablets, like when I was a kid, if I had, you know, we had them when I was a kid. Like, neither one of my parents was real big on the video game stuff. Like, they didn't want me sitting inside playing video games. And, you know, Carlitos and Sebastian, like, they love their tablets. But they're, like, when Carlos and Liliana are like, the tablets go down, I mean, they're just like, put them down, like we're eating dinner. Like, they're really well behaved about that. Like, they put the tablets down, like, right away. And they do, like, they're so active doing other stuff. Like, Liliana is so fantastic. She takes them to all of these things in town, and they're always going to this thing and that thing, and they're outside all the time. So maybe that's part of it. I don't know, but, like, I think my dad would have, I mean, I friends of mine whose kids I literally do not feel like I have seen in the last 5 years without a tablet in their hands. And I think that my dad would have just been absolutely furious about that. I think he would have been like, you know, like, you're gonna lose your tablet indefinitely if you don't put it down. But maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. I'm peeling so bad. Need to put some lotion on. It is such a beautiful day. It is 64 today. Bright blue skies. It's so nice outside. Tomorrow, oh, you guys, I haven't done any of my errands I was supposed to do. I was gonna go to the post office. And then, well, I've got to take this picture, so I've got to figure out where I'm gonna take this picture. And then I was going to, I wish there was a place that had like some flowers. And then I was going to go pick up the cake and the rolls. I've got to be there before, I think they close at 5. Let's get wild. Let's get wild. Alex and I, you guys, have 3 weeks of RuPaul's Drag Race to catch up on. So, if he doesn't have any plans tonight, which I don't think that he does, I'm going to be like, we're going to watch this tonight, or I'm going to watch it by myself. Like, it's time to catch up. Which each episode is 2 hours, so that's 6 hours of RuPaul's Drag Race. Well, we could watch some of it tomorrow night too, I guess. I'm trying to think of where there is a park that I could... Oh, I know. There's like the Fisher's Park area. And I'll just go over there and... But I don't know how I'm going to put myself in the picture, is the thing. I could call Tanya, and I could be like, hey, Tanya, can you go take this picture for me? I'm sure she'd be like, yeah. Let me get right on that. Let's get wild. Let's get wild. So I have 2 episodes left of RuPaul's Drag Race UK, and I'm like, so I'm down to the final 4, and I have a feeling, and I'm just gonna put my feelings out there now, and if you, like, you might wanna, like, lower the volume for the next couple minutes. It really won't ruin it for you. I don't really think it'll ruin the show, but, like, I think the final 3, and it's not like I'm ruining it because it's been out there forever, okay? But, like, the final 3, I think, are going to be the Vivian, obviously. She probably wins the whole show. Bag of Chips. And the Davina DeCampo. I wouldn't be surprised if RuPaul gave it to Davina DeCampo. But... I think the Vivian deserves to win, but let me just, and then the 4th, I think those can be the top 3, and Cheryl Holes is the 4th one. Now, this is the thing, okay? I absolutely love Cheryl Holes. I think she is just really sweet and kind of funny and misunderstood, and I really relate to her personality a lot. And they're so mean to her. Like, they are really mean to her, and she just lets it roll off of her. She just laughs. Like, when they're like, oh, how does it feel to be in the bottom again? And she's just like, ah, ha, 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 you know, everybody knows I'm a bottom, or something like that. She just lets it, like, roll off of her. They're vicious to her. Like, the Vivian is rude to her. And that Vivian, for being the next top whatever first UK drag queen, she's arrogant as hell. She's arrogant and she's cocky, and she's like, you know, there's been like there was one moment when she talked about being in recovery, and you know, addiction, which I really, really appreciated that piece of her sharing that. But like, other like than that, it's like she's rude. She's rude to the other girls, and like when she and Bag of Chips, like when they win, like they come in and they're like, I don't know, it's just it's kind of vicious to me. And they're especially mean to Cheryl Holes, and I don't really understand it. And I've really kind of hoped that Cheryl would do something that would just blow them all away, but the reality is that, and I think Cheryl's a beautiful queen, and I think that in her own personality, in her own way, like, she's really super likable, and I don't know, I just didn't think they were very nice to her. It kind of made me sad watching it, and they would make these comments, and just the look on Cheryl's face was how I used to feel, you know, like, when people that, you know, way back in the day, when I would, you know, want to be liked, you know, and it's like, and then there I'm the joke, you know, and it's like, it doesn't feel very good to be the joke. And, they're cruel. They're cruel. So, mean girls of the RuPaul Drag Race UK. Now, all these people keep on telling me about who to watch on season 2. I haven't started season 2 yet, so please don't ruin it for me. But apparently this Bimini, is that her name? Everybody has like commented and said, Bimini, Bimini, Bimini. I'm like, okay, well, I haven't watched it yet, so I don't even know who that is, okay? But I love that there's RuPaul Drag Race UK, because now I have like another show to watch, but then I'm gonna get caught up with all these shows, and I'm gonna be like, now I don't have anything to watch. What do I watch now? Oh, I just thought of another place to do a picture, by Alex's aunt's house. It's where the park that we took all the pictures for, what do you call it, for his grandma's birthday. I just need like a park bench and some flowers. I'm very creative, see? Not when it comes to these pictures, not very creative at all. I've also got to get the picture up of the true crime book club picture, because we're doing a giveaway. We're actually giving 13 or 15 copies away of that book that we're working with the publisher. It's called Last Call, and it looks really good, and that's the April book. Okay, there's like it's not really a park per se. Like the word per se, it's not really even a word, is it? Is there even one bench in this whole area? This whole Fisher's Park area? There's not even one park. There's a park bench. Does it look like the park bench in that thing? I'm so silly, aren't I? Public parking. I'm parking right here. I'm gonna go see if I can take a picture. We'll go down there and look down there in a second too, but right here is where I'm taking the picture. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, that worked out really, really well. So go check out my Instagram later and see those pictures. I'm texting with my husband right now before I drive off. Our group text is going off about, well, Melissa and Jason. It's not going off, but we're like texting back and forth. It's been like this. I should look in there and see like when the very first text ever occurred. Is there any way to be able to find that out? Oh, there's no way. The very first text message that we ever made, like group text message, it probably was Ultra. No. I'm back to April 24th of 2020. Hold on. January. Okay, I'm at October 30th of 2019. July 25th of 2019. My God, this goes on forever. April 2nd of 2019. We were in Ultra at the time. Let's save this picture. I need to go through here and save some of these pictures. These pictures, that's from when we were like taking the boat over. All these pictures are so cute. Oh my God. You guys, this literally goes on forever. February 17th of 2019. December 11th of 2018. This is the same group text that has been going on this long. December 5th of 2018. I just want to see what the very first one is. June 6th of 2018. Oh, that's it. June 6th of 2018. But there's actually something before this, because when I pull it down, the first message is yay from Alex. It must have been when we bought our tickets, because then Melissa said, oh my God, we are going to Ultra. And Jason said gulp. So there must have been some text before that. I don't know what happened with that. Isn't that so funny? And it's been going ever since. So anyway, I should go through here and see if there's a prettier I mean, that wasn't like the prettiest area in the world to take a picture. Actually, I need to clean these. Is it my glasses or my eye? I had such bags underneath my eyes today that I put this under eye stuff that say yes to cucumbers or whatever underneath my eye, and it's like been gloopy. Everything's so gloopy. It's actually soupy, but I say gloopy. Everything's so gloopy. This used to be the Noblesville Library, and now it's called the Hamilton East Public Library. I don't know why they changed the name, but there's a lot of park benches, but none of the park benches are looking at anything pretty or around anything interesting. It's a little amphitheater place right here. This is where they had, like, I think it's called the Mutt Strut or something like that. And there's somebody walking by. And Tanya had a little booth out there for the kennel. And so we went, actually a couple people, 2 girls from Bloomington, Indiana, drove all the way up here just because they knew I was going to be there because of Tanya's little thing, and came up here just to like say hi to me, which was so nice. But anyway, so, and Alex's friend Sarah used to live in these apartments right here before she got her house. Real cute apartments. I think they're called the Depot. But anyway, because this used to be like the train depot around here. We went to that, and our sponsor came too, and they had a, was it Elton John? I think it was an Elton John impersonator. I talked about it on here that night, and we danced, and it was so much fun, and we got food, and that was a really fun night. Okay, now I've got to go and pick up this cake and these rolls. Oh, my husband texted me back. Everything's so soupy. Last night for dinner, I was gonna go and just get something from some restaurant. You guys, it's so weird. Like, I wouldn't necessarily say I'm eating any healthier, but like, I really didn't gain tons of weight while we were gone. And then since we've been back, like, my weight has stayed pretty steady. And now last night I did have a dessert, which I know, but I've been like making little cheese sandwiches on that King's Hawaiian bread Subway. And then I got potato salad yesterday and I got chips. I mean, it's not like I'm eating super healthy, but it's just like home, like made at home kind of stuff. And I don't know if it's better that way because I haven't been eating fast food or whatever. But my weight has been like totally staying the exact same, which is whatever I could, use to lose 100 pounds in honesty. 80 pounds probably, to be completely fair. But like, whereas before, like every time I would eat, like I would gain like, 3/4 or a third of a pound or whatever, 2/3 of a pound or whatever. Now I'm like just staying steady at the same weight. It's the weirdest thing. And I don't know if it's because of maybe eating kind of a little bit healthier or whatever. I've also been drinking a ton of water, so maybe that's part of it as well. But last night I made some of those I made 2 little King Subway sandwiches, and I just put lettuce and cheese and mayonnaise and mustard on them. And then I had potato salad, but not a lot of it. I had Pringles, but not a ton. And then I got this dip, and I got tortilla chips, but I didn't even eat a lot of that because the tortilla chips that I got, they were like this yellow corn tortilla chips. I wanted to try something different, and they were really, really spicy. Alex will love them, but for me, it was like way too spicy. And then I got lemon muffins, and I put cream cheese on them for dessert. And I cut, like, they were like this big. I mean, they were regular sized muffin, and I was so hungry because I made the Sleepy Time tea. Oh, that's probably why I fell asleep so fast. But that Sleepy Time tea never really does that for me. But I made Sleepy Time tea with honey, put a bunch of honey in it, and then I cut up 2 muffins, but I only ate 1.5 muffins. Did I even eat the second half of it? No, I didn't. So anyway, that was a little bit more than I've been usually eating. But I haven't been that hungry since we've been back. I have no clue why. Everything's so soupy. And I think I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna do that's the other thing I want to do. Oh God, I need to take this stuff. Let's see what time it was, which I need to take this cake and the rolls home to put in the refrigerator, but then I need to go to Meijer because I want to make this vegetarian chicken salad. I looked up, there's like all these different recipes. Some of them are easier than others. So I want to go to Meijer to get the stuff to make it. So that's going to be my Peter Does Stuff video. Oh, look, I can see there are so many cars over at Richie Woods, people walking around there. So anyway, that's gonna be my Peter Does Stuff video for today. With making, or maybe tomorrow. I'm trying to vlog every day on that channel for the month of April. So far, so good. We're only 2 days in. Oh. It's not so hard to do. It's hard coming up with like things. Like you would think this, you'd be like, Peter, this should be nothing for you. It's not so much that it's like hard. It's hard coming up with things to talk about. It's not so much hard to vlog every day. It's hard to come up with things to talk about. And I'm sure you guys would be like, well, Peter, like you vlog every day over here for like, half an hour to 40 minutes to an hour or an hour and a half. Like, it shouldn't be that hard at all. No, you're right, it shouldn't be. I don't know why it's so hard. I really, to be honest with you, I have no clue why it's so hard. I'm like thinking in my head, like, where is Taylor's? I was like thinking it was over here, and it's actually over this direction, so. I'm not thinking straight. You guys, I didn't even post my vlog until like, I woke up at like, well, I woke up at one point and I was like, oh, it was like at 3 o'clock in the morning or something like that. And I was like, oh, I was like, did I post my vlog? And I was like, yeah, of course I posted my vlog. And then I woke up at like 6 or 7 and I was like, I didn't post my vlog. And I can do it from my phone. And so I reached over and I just posted my vlog from my phone. I was like, what am I doing? Like, why didn't I do this like last night before I went to bed? So I apologize for getting that vlog up so late. But it is what it is. Everything's so soupy. I need to finish this Dexter book is what I need to do. I keep on saying I'm going to listen to it, and then I don't really listen to much of it. I like it. It's good. I mean, I really like it. So I don't know why I'm not listening to it, but I need to finish it so I can start listening to this True Crime Book Club. Going into Monday this week, I'm going to be like, I think this week I kind of was like, it was getting readjusted, being back home and stuff, you know? But starting Monday, I'm back. I'm gonna, you know, well, I mean, I posted videos on almost all of my channels every day this week, so, except for my BookTube channel. So, I feel like I got a lot done this week. So maybe going into Monday, I'll be like, I want to get like a weekly journal kind of thing to like, you know, pace out. I was watching somebody and they were, who was it? Well, so I had asked the other day on my Twitter for people to like, comment about their favorite new like beauty influencer or whatever. And I was watching this guy, I don't remember what his name was, but he was talking about how he had planned out every one of his posts for the month of April. And I was like, oh my God, seriously? And I remember when I like was visiting LA and I did a video with Loie Lane, and she was like, she programmed out like all of her videos in advance. And I was like, I just can't, I can't get behind being like, okay, next Tuesday I'm gonna do this. Like, I really think this works to who I am as a person. I mean, hey, listen, I wish I could be that organized because it would make my life so much simpler. I mean, really, I wish I could. But it's like, I wake up and it's kind of like whatever I'm feeling for the day. You know what I mean? Like, I don't necessarily feel like I would work great with that kind of style. Like, where it was like, okay, 2 weeks from today, I mean, well, first of all, with my drama channel, I couldn't do it because it's really like whatever's going on that day. But with the other stuff, it's just like, I don't know, it would be so hard to do, you know? Because like with my Peter Does Stuff channel or my review channel or whatever, it's kind of just like whatever I'm feeling for the day, you know? So anyway, but I do want to like plan stuff out more and be a little bit more organized. And all next week, you guys, we're supposed to have really warm weather, which is exciting to me because I get to sit outside and read, and I love to sit outside and read and get to start working on the yard and stuff like that. I need to hire somebody to come over and look at our yard and see what they can do is what I need to. My sponsor has this guy that she works with, and she said he's fantastic as far as like coming over and like mulching our walk and like putting in the bushes if he can, and I want to get like an estimate on that. So anyway, all right, you guys, I'm gonna get off here now, and I hope you're having an amazing Saturday, an amazing weekend. I love you, and happy early Easter. Don't forget to watch Peter Cottontail. You can actually watch it on YouTube. If you put in Peter Cottontail movie, it's the first one that comes up. It's the one with April Valley and the narrator guy walking around, who I can't remember what his name is. But anyway, go check it out if you haven't seen it before. It's fantastic. And it's the claymation one. And I love you guys. It's like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, that famous one, you know? Anyway, I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya!